I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Zion Park District dated August 15th, 2019 to order. Roll call, Eric.
Commissioner Pye?
Here.
Commissioner Brown? Here. Commissioner Hartman? Commissioner Rivers? President McGarrett?
Here.
Could all follow after me and stand to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I will entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the Personnel and Finance Subcommittee and the meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Zion Park District dated 18 July 2019.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, so we have some guests today. So we have Hannah.
Yes.
You're from Joyce Mason's office.
Yes.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Did you want to have anything to say, or you just?
Just thank you so much for welcoming me to this meeting, and just want to offer support for all you do here, and thank you for all you do here.
And then John, we'll see John in a few minutes. Thank you for coming, John.
Of course.
Right. Let's see. All right. Yes, we need to, is anything going to happen with the agenda today?
Yeah, we can remove the executive session from the agenda.
Okay. All right, I'm going to entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. All right. The commissioners, do you have any comments for this month?
Jesse? I do not.
All right. Anything from the attorneys?
No.
All right. Okay, so now we've got bills to pay. So I will entertain a motion for unpaid and paid bills.
I make a motion that we approve the payment of the total unpaid bills of $144,361.40, total paid bills of $244,473.62, grand total of $388,835.02.
I second that.
Okay. Eric, roll call.
Commissioner Pye?
Aye.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
President McGarrett?
Aye. All right. Now the director's report.
Okay, the powwow is coming up on August 24th and 25th. I think it's the 26th annual powwow in Shiloh Park. And so we met with them, and we're set to go. And they don't have flyers anymore. They do everything on Facebook. So information is available on Facebook. If you want more information on that event. I just wanted to wrap up the Zion Together Days. We partnered with several partners. I included in your packet information about the Zion Together Days that were the first weekend in August. We were happy to get the support for our Concert of the Park series. Concert was the first event of those days, and that went very well. We had good turnout. I included the report from Sherry on numbers, the email that she sent out thanking us for sponsorship, but I think it was pretty successful with the number of people that were there. We always hope to have more this month, but for the first year it went well. The Coalition sponsored a movie on Friday night. They had a talent show on Saturday afternoon, and a worship service on Sunday, so it was a well put together event. And we were happy to be partners with that. We other thing that happened last weekend, we did a cooperative event with the library. I didn't put a flyer in there for that. It's the Latin Fest with the Zion Benton Public Library. So we had that just on Saturday, August 10th, from 4:30 to 8:30. It was really a true collaboration with the library staff. So we had it at the band shell. Our Zumba teacher kicked it off with Zumba. And then we had ballet folkloreo, which was a really nice presentation. Their program is from Waukegan, but really nice event. And then Cha-Cha-Cha, which was another entertainment music. And then we had a mariachi band to wrap it up. We did have a couple of food vendors. They played Loteria, which is bingo. Had someone doing that, and there was a craft table that was also. So we didn't have a lot of people attend for the first year, but I think it was a good try, and we're going to do a follow-up in a couple of weeks. So we'll see how everybody feels about maybe trying it again, see if we can get a better turnout next summer. So that was something that kind of happened in between meetings. So that's all I have.
Okay. Any questions or additional information? Okay, now we're going to go on to new business, and we welcome John Bosman of Camosi.
Thank you. Floor is mine.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. Really appreciate having the opportunity to update you on the progress of the existing facilities study. But since this is my first time in front of you as a board, and I know the staff has seen me more than once, I'd like to give you a little bit of background on my personal experience and why I'm especially well qualified to be performing this investigation for you. I'm a licensed architect, a graduate of the University of Illinois in their architecture program. I was in private practice from the age of 22 until I turned 50. A lot of my work during that period was actually for various park districts when I was with Senti and Rubel Architects, later to become Senti, Rubel, Bossman, and Lee Architects. That then was bought by FGM Architects, all firms that work in the public sector and do lots and lots of park district facility work and recreational facility work. During my time with Senti and Rubel, I worked on dozens of recreational facilities and public works facilities. So when I came to do your facilities, I had the opportunity from my past experience to have seen many, many facilities of various states of condition and written many reports of a similar nature for other park districts and municipalities. So my background was strong to be able to do this work for you. So with that said, let me tell you a little bit about what we've done so far and why we've done what we've done. Of all of your facilities we've completed already, the Hebron Garage, the pool, Shiloh Rec Center, Shepherd's Crook Clubhouse, Shepherd's Crook Maintenance Facility, Hosa Park, and I'm finishing up right now the Leisure Center. The balance of your facilities still remain to be done, but by comparison, they're less than half of the total, not just by number, but by the level of work involved necessary to complete the investigations and write the reports. I don't know if any of you have had the opportunity to read my fascinating writing on these reports. But if you don't find them particularly interesting, I apologize for that, because I really try to focus on just presenting factual information rather than prose. The goal here is to identify information that will be particularly helpful to you to decide how to prioritize your capital fund spending, specifically relative to the maintenance and ongoing preventive maintenance or improvements to your buildings. That really doesn't require a lot of flourish in the language. It really needs to be more about identifying the problems, and that's why I tried to do this. You're going to find a lot of photographs in there because the pictures do tell a better story than my words alone. So with that said, the process that we used to identify the facilities that we chose to do first was involved with a lengthy meeting with all of the staff where everybody got to have some input into what facilities they thought warranted having first look as compared to others. When we went through that process, we identified these ones that we've already discussed as being higher priorities than most of the others. The Hebron Garage was perhaps the number one just by its age alone and the accumulated lack of maintenance over the years. So we started there and went down the list. The pool became second based on the knowledge of some of the existing problems that were there with the upcoming season. From there on down, we went through ones that we thought had priority based on either need or anticipated work, such as Shepherd's Crook with the clubhouse. So after going through all that process, everything that's included within those documents, at the end you'll find, and this is probably the most important part for you, the summary that includes a opinion of probable cost is how architects would typically refer to it. I'm going to tell you it's a suggested budget, typically done in a range for what we anticipate would be, I'll call them levels of work that should be done. Some are very specific, as in repairs. So I'll use the example of Hebron Garage. That is a facility that under the ideal circumstances, you really should abandon. It should be torn down, you should build something new or find a new building to replace that function. If you can't do that, there's a list of high priority repairs that must be done to make the building as safe as it can be and to eliminate the major problems such as the roof leaks, some deterioration of certain walls, and some risks that are associated with the electrical service because of the roof leaks. The rest of the reports are written in a similar way. They prioritize the work based on what would be the most need down to the least. Some facilities that don't have immediately pressing needs, I assigned levels of renovation work. So light renovation, medium renovation, and heavy renovation with a cost per square foot. Those are cases where there's not an obvious necessary repair that needs to be done. That's more of a generalized approach to improving the facility's overall condition. In context for each one of those, I also included a build a brand new price that's strictly for reference purposes, so you can have an idea of what it would cost to build new versus these different levels of renovation. I found that this is a very important aspect for you as decision makers to understand what new facilities cost compared to what your investment will be for renovation work. If you don't have that reference point, all you know is it's a lot of money no matter how I look at it. And to be able to compare new to renovation is really a key to make the decision as to how to best spend your money. So, with that said, what else do I want to cover here? Let me tell you a little bit about how we did these inspections. I did most of the work of the inspections myself. On areas where I felt it was especially important to have additional information from subcontractors or engineers, we called in outside resources to assist. The pool was one in particular where a long-standing relationship with a pool specialty engineer. I brought him in and he assessed all of your mechanical systems on the pool as well as the pool shell itself. That information was included with the report as an appendix and a separate piece of the information. When there was particularly critical electrical work, I called in a subcontractor who also happens to be an engineer that we do a lot of work with. and had him assess the electrical systems, for instance, at the pool and at Hebron, and here as well. So when you find that information in there, it's not just my opinion as an architect, it's also substantiated with some outside resources. Most of the rest of the work was all me. I've been doing this for 40 years now, and most of the time I'm able to make a good assessment based on the condition of your facility, the amount of maintenance that's been invested in it over time, and really just the age of the parts
so I wanted to bring that up to the board, that we'd like to increase that vendor contract over the next